Hey everybody. Okay, the gym is going through a major upgrade because I'm getting a second rack, and the reason that I'm doing that is I'm going to eventually get to where I have a cable cross. And so I'll do another video to show you how I put together the cable cross and everything that's involved with it. In preparation for that, I really need to do something about my gym. So for instance, you'll notice my deadlift platform's always been a little bit janky. And I'm running out of space, so let me show you a couple of the problems with the way my gym is right now. This area right here where the chair is where I'm going to put a second rack, and then I'll be able to set up a cable cross. But you can see my deadlift area is just too small. And I'm too close to that big giant glass window, so there's a safety issue here. I just don't have enough room, and what I'm afraid of is when I'm deadlifting, my head is like this close to the glass, so if I lost my balance, I can put my head right through the glass. I'm going to put my deadlift platform in between my two racks, but that means that it's not going to be quite 4 feet wide. It's got to be 3 feet 6 inches wide. So the idea is that when I put in this second rack, there's going to be chin-up bars that are connecting the racks together. So from this rack to the next rack will be as wide as that chin-up bar. That means that my deadlift platform needs to be as wide as the chin-up bar. So Titan's not super precise on this, but it's like 42 inches. I'm gonna have to take off 6 inches. I need to account for the position of these feet as well. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is these horse stall mats. I got them at Tractor Supply. They're 4 feet wide, so they match the width of the plywood. They're not quite 6 feet long. But here's the thing, they're a real bitch to move around. They're just heavy and cumbersome. And so if you know that you're not going to go with the entire length of it the way it is, then it pays to just cut them as soon as you know you need to cut them. So in this case, I want two 2 foot wide sections at the end of my deadlift platform. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those things right now. To do this, I'm gonna use a few different tools. This is a drywall T-square. I just happen to have this from other projects that I've done. There's a utility knife there, and I'm gonna use some PVC pipe, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do that in a second. All right, now, first pass, I'm just gonna score it. So I've got a little scratch going all the way down here, and I mentioned that we're going to use some PVC. So here's how you use the PVC. That area that you scored, you want to raise it up by putting the PVC pipe underneath it. There we go. So you want the PVC right under where the score mark is. First couple passes here, be careful, but after a while then the cut kind of opens up, and then that acts as your guide. There we go. And we just repeat the process with this guy. The second one was the same as the first. Got the start of my deadlift mat. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the middle of the platform. I might put wood in there, which seems to be what everybody else does, but I'm thinking maybe horse stall mat too. So here is the one cage. I will put the other one on this side, and then I will add a cable cross system. On the bottom, you can see where the feet of this thing, that's why I had to cut these little recesses into the plywood, and you'll notice that once I put a covering on the top of it, it'll actually cover up those holes. That's what I've got so far. This was not the worst project, but it did definitely take a little bit of work, but I think I'm going to like how this goes. All the lifting's going to take place in the middle of the room. I'll have 2 cages, and then I'll show you how I put up the cable cross. So it's going to take a little bit of money, but we're talking like a few $100s, $200 or $300, and I should have a cable cross set up. So we'll see you next time.